Hi everybody, this is Tim Seebold of the Seebold Sports NGK Formula One Powerboat team. We wanted to give you an inside look to the 2015 season. We traveled over 23,000 miles participating in 12 boat races, did 2 displays, 1 exhibition, racing over 800 laps in events taking place all across North America with 1 stop in Quebec, Canada, earning 3 national championships by way of 6 first-place finishes, 4 second-place finishes, 1 third-place finish, and 1 DNF. What a season. First and foremost, I gotta thank all our sponsors. Without their great support, we couldn't even get off the trailers. Back for 2015, as our primary sponsor, NGK Spark Plugs. All the great people at NGK give us tremendous support. Without them, we can't make it all happen. They stand behind us, they promote it, and it feels good to be associated with them, and I'm very proud. We've got several associate sponsors. MarineEngine.com, they're a great online source for marine products. CDI Electronics, we use their electronics on the motors. Great aftermarket electronics for the boating industry. Moto Marketing, Kevin and all his staff, they do all these great promos, graphics on the boat, the hero cards, the promotional videos, just like this one that we're doing. So without them, none of this works. Seaway Marine, Greg Jacobson and his staff, my partner in the team, they always step up, getting the hard-to-find parts, which is their specialty, helping us out on the labor end of things, so we know what we have or what we don't have. Show-ride batteries, we use their lithium batteries, lightweight, powerful. They keep the NGK boat starting quick off the dock. Jimmy over at Pro Designs and his staff wrap all the boats with these great graphics that Moto Marketing provided them. Do all of our decals, whether it's on the transporter or one of the boats or one of the support vehicles. Weldon Fuel Pumps, who keeps the fuel pumping through the motors and keeps us out front. Fox Plumbing and Heating help us out at the Seattle event each year, and we wouldn't be able to go without them. Arai helmets for keeping me safe. Dave DeWald over at DeWald Props gives us the cutting edge performance on the propellers, and we're always trying the next generation. Formula One powerboat racing is a team sport, and I can't do it without my supporting staff. Greg Jacobson, my partner, does everything from start to finish with me. My dad, who's my security blanket, talks to me on the radio, gives me his years and years of advice to draw from. Ron Anderson is our engine guru, making all the horsepower and the best engine man in the world. Sog, my buddy, lives with me, does everything on a daily basis with me to get the truck ready. And last but not least is my wife Debbie, who does everything from cook the meals for the team to make sure they look good, to keep me prepared so that I can put it on the line every time I step into the boat. Thank you. You know, for me, 2015, I've got some very lofty goals. I want to put 100% concentration into our boat racing program, and for me, the only prize is to get the F1 championship. It's always a difficult thing because the competition is stiffer than ever. We've got guys that are bringing in new boats from Europe. We have got veterans like Terry Rinker, Chris Fairchild, that have been working on all their equipment all winter. So it's a great challenge. As far for me, you know, I'm 51 years old, so I'm kind of coming to the tail end of my racing career, but I still want to accomplish one more championship or 2 before I hang up my driving seat. We're finally ready to go to our first race down in Port Neches, Texas. We go down to Port Neches. We opted to go with the 2.5 carbureted Mercury. We get down there. Testing went well. As we get going, we had some problems along the way. We set it up a little too lean, and we blew a motor up. Got through the rest of the heat races. Started on pole for the final. Get going on the pole. Didn't quite get the start we needed. Running in second place, and just couldn't really get where we wanted to be. We thought we'd finish where we could, try and get on the podium, and the motor let go probably halfway through the race. The next race we ventured to was at LaPorte, Indiana, which will be the first US F1 race of the season. The LaPorte race was a little unique this year because due to the DNR, we had to do the rolling start, which is not a normal start for us on the US F1 tour. Got through it all. The boat ran flawlessly all weekend. We started on pole for the final and kept everybody at bay. Terry Rinker in the Amsoil boat was right on my heels, and we diced through the traffic. I have to say, I feel one of the best races that I've ever run in my career. It was just a fabulous outing for the NGK team. We also had Hayden in the 45 boat, and Hayden came through, got his first second place that weekend. Did a fantastic job. After the LaPorte race, we headed home to Osage Beach because our next event was going to be the exhibition during Lake Race, which is the offshore race down at Lake of the Ozarks at the dam. And we take the boat down there, we put it on display all weekend, we do the meet and greet. The next race we venture to is Bay City, Michigan. It's a challenging course. We had a couple hiccups in the heat races at Bay City this year. We had the safety airbag come out in one of the heats where we got second. The second heat, I started early, which gave us a lap penalty. So everything wasn't going as smooth as we had hoped. But we started third on the dock for the final. Chris Fairchild was on pole, and we came off the dock good with the other two. The problem that the first two had is Rob and Chris Fairchild ran inside the commitment buoy going to the first turn, which put us in the driver's seat and won the event. For the second race in a row in SST 45, Hayden finished a great second place. We stayed in town at Bay City, rebuilt the motors. Unfortunately, the Pittsburgh event was canceled due to high waters. Next on the calendar was the Valleyfield Regatta in Quebec, Canada. Starting on Friday, we run a couple of heats, run a couple on Saturday, run a couple on Sunday. We did have problems in one of the heat races. We had worked our way up from the back of the field, and the power steering unit broke inside it. So I was running about 115 coming out of a right-hander, kind of sweeping up into the wind. The unit breaks and I lost all the steering. It immediately did a 360 in the middle of the straightaway at 115 miles an hour. Scared the living shit out of me. With the steering breaking and finishing 11th in one of the heats, that put us second on the dock after winning one of the other heat races. So Terry Rinker was on pole. We were in second. We had to run our backup boat in the final, and we were able to bring it home in second, which was as good as we could do that day after all the mayhem of the steering breaking. Making the track to Michigan for the second time, we're heading up to Trenton, Michigan for the Roar in the River. We ran both the SST 200 and the SST 45 at Trenton, finishing second in the World Championship of the SST 200, and Hayden finished second in the Formula Light. At the beginning of August comes the long track to Seattle, Washington for Seafair. Heading out to Seafair, we had an 11-point lead over second place's Terry Rinker. That sounds like a big lead, but after one bad heat where the steering wasn't working properly and I flipped over, that made all the points even going into the final. The NGK boat had been coming off the beach like a rocket ship all weekend, and it's an extremely long run to the first turn. Dave DeWald gave us a fantastic prop, not only to get off the beach, but to run the high-speed top end that we needed to get to the first turn first. After 5 heat races, we go into final with a slim 1-point lead over Terry Rinker. Starting second, we pulled the entire field off the dock to the commitment buoy. Leading the way around the first turn allowed us to manage the race from the front, which is a tremendous advantage over the competition. Once out front, we made sure we didn't make any mistakes going through the back markers and lap traffic. Fortunately, we were able to come home with the win and the championship for the USF1 title.
Come to checker flag, Tim. Come to the start dock and get it.
But it was awful tight going to the commitment buoy, and Terry and I were neck and neck. It looked like it went smaller on the prop to accelerate better off the dock. Heading up to Detroit to race the Hot Series on the Detroit River with not only the Unlimiteds but the Unlimited Lights, we stopped over in Wickham at the NGK North American headquarters. They have a meet and greet with all the employees, and boy was I surprised. After getting the boat out and signing autographs and answering questions for all the employees, they rewarded me with a bonus check for winning the USF1 series. After NGK, we headed down to the pits in Detroit. What a great first-time event, running with the Unlimiteds and the Unlimited Lights. Long-standing event, put the boat in second. 2015 Lake Shootout was the next event that we did. We went to the meet and greet down on the Strip with all of the offshore boats. It was packed. Over 100 boats at the Strip for the meet and greet. We were not able to stick around for the shootout on that weekend because we had to go down to Knoxville, Tennessee for the hot APR race, running the SST 200 class.
Seebold has the NGK
Knoxville would be the first time that we participated with the SST 200 on the Seebold hull. Like I told my guys on the radio, I said, don't worry about what's in front of me, just tell me where the guy behind me is so I can keep tabs on that and I can concentrate on trying to pass the guy in front of me. But that's how it always is, you know, you're trying to go forward, but you also got somebody behind you that's trying to do the same. Making our way up to Forest Lake, Minnesota for the APBA National Championships in both the Formula 150 and Mod U. We additionally ran SST 200. The NGK team had a great weekend with winning one national championship in the Mod U category, winning the SST 200 class, and finishing third in the Formula 150 National Championship. Drawing the season to a close, we made our annual trip down to Orange, Texas for the Sport F1 race and the SST 45s. There's always a ton of boats down on the Sabine, and it's a fantastic place to race. King of the Road Productions aired a TV show on the event.
It's a Bird and Boats edition of the King of the Road Show HD.
I'm from Osage Beach, Missouri. Great to see you here in Orange, Texas. Beautiful day for the tunnel boat races, huh?
Oh, wow, man. Fantastic day. It's great to be back in Orange again this year. Bring the NGK team down and come on out and have a great day out here. It sure is. You know, that this is a very unique course here in Orange. It's very short,
So it's something that we normally don't run on this short of a course. You get a lot of racers from all over the country that come down to these events, especially Orange with the beautiful facilities that we have here. It's fantastic.
With all the racing over, there's just one last thing to do. Head to Vegas for the Diversified Marine Show, where we display the NGK Formula One boat in the NGK booth and sign autographs and talk to all the marine people that come out for the show. What a great event. Hey, I hope everybody enjoys this video so that you can see what we really go through throughout the year and where we were coming from. Thank you again, NGK Spark Plugs, MarineEngine.com, CDI Electronics, Moto Marketing, Seaway Marine, Show Ride Batteries, Pro Designs, Weldon Fuel Pump, Fox Plumbing and Heating, Arai Helmets, and DeWalt Props. Appreciate everybody. Hope to see you again 2016.